What's going on, guys? Devil Artemis here. Now, this is a video that was heavily requested. Not my most requested video, but a lot of people ask Devil Artemis, how can I get started with SFM, or how can I get started with Source Filmmaker and get into like 3D animating with like models and things like that? How can I work with models, things like that? Basically, this video is not going to be a tutorial, but it is going to be an introductory video. How can you get into SFM? How do you get started with SFM? How do you get started with 3D animation? Hopefully this video today is going to help you understand how you can acquire assets, how you can start Source Filmmaker. Just right off the bat, letting you guys know, Source Filmmaker is very time consuming and you have to put a lot of time into animating and just improving overall. That happens with time, but some people don't have the patience to do it. So if you know that you don't have patience, maybe this might not be for you. But if you're willing to make this a passion and you're very passionate about learning, definitely download Source Filmmaker and just follow everything that I say in this video. Now, first and foremost, the core program that you need right off the bat, well, actually the core thing that you need in general is a computer. So you need a computer that's going to be able to run Source Filmmaker. If your computer can run like Team Fortress 2 and like CSGO, you should be okay, you should be good. But you need a computer that can run Source Filmmaker, and after you get that, you have to download Steam. Now, once you have Steam, if you go into the store, all you have to do in the store is type in Source Filmmaker. And there you go. So Source Filmmaker appears. It's free. You can download it. And when you go to your library and you go to the software section, Source Filmmaker will be there for you to use. Now, all you have to do is hit launch. Bam, it'll open up. And this is your program. Now, again, this is not a tutorial. I'm not going to show you how to use it, but I will show you how you can learn. So just watch this video to the end and you guys will understand everything. So this is the program. This is Source Filmmaker, right? Now, when you go back to your library, every game, well, not every game, but a majority of game that allows you to download custom-made content by the community has something called a Steam Workshop. This is how you can acquire assets easily for Source Filmmaker. You can go to your library software, and usually down here, you can browse the workshop. If you click this, it'll take you directly to the workshop. But this is another way, in case for some reason this is not here. You right-click Source Filmmaker, you go to the Community Hub, and once you're in the Community Hub zone, you go to Workshop. Bam, right here, and you're in the same spot. So those are two ways you can get there in case one of them doesn't work. But usually the Workshop button is right there all the time, and you can just go there quickly. Here in the Steam Workshop, this is where you acquire your assets. You can get models, you can get sound packs, you can get maps, scripts, particles, textures, a bunch of stuff that you can get here within the Workshop. I've even uploaded some files here into the workshop for people to use. I have Frieza's pod and Frieza's spaceship from Dragon Ball Fighters. Like I've gotten and ripped a few models and thrown them up on the workshop that you guys can download and things like that. So definitely you can contribute to Source Filmmaker as well. Aside from animations, you can actually upload assets for other people to use. But anyways, all you have to do if you want something, you can, let's find Spider-Man, right? Let's type in Spider-Man. Okay, say I want this Spider-Man model right here, Marvel Heroes. I want this Spider-Man model. Oh man, it looks great. All I have to do is hit subscribe. And what it does is right down here, it begins to download. And bam, it'll download. And if you have Source Filmmaker open, it'll, it's going to say download it into your Source Filmmaker, all files downloaded from the workshop. Again, you don't need to have it open for it to happen, but once you open it, that it'll prompt you that it downloaded the file. And if you don't want it, you hit unsubscribe and it'll delete it from your files. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You hit subscribe or unsubscribe and there you go. Now, this is how you acquire assets. There are other ways to acquire assets. You always can create original assets, or you can hire someone to create an original asset for you. You don't have to rip them from other games or download them from the SFM Workshop. There's also other websites. SFMlab.com is a website where you can also acquire models for SFM. These, you download them in a zipped package and you have to extract them into your Source Filmmaker folder. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can look up a YouTube tutorial on how to install SFM models, and that can get you started that way, but this is where you would acquire them. You download a model, and then you can look up a tutorial on how to install it. But this is where you would download models besides the workshop, SFM Lab. It's great. They also have a few other websites, but this is the main one, SFM Lab. You can get assets from there. Another thing that you're gonna need as a SFM animator is you're gonna need to learn how to use Blender. If you want to get to the point, like for example where I am, where you can have original assets or you can rip assets from games, you're gonna need to learn how to use Blender. Blender is a program like Maya, 3ds Max, things like that allow you to manipulate 3D files, and you need to learn how to do rigs, how to work with materials and textures, and just working with models in general. That's a whole nother level. But if you guys are also interested in that, it's important that you guys download Blender so you can work with models. You can also find models that you can port, meaning you can convert them from other, like this is XNA Lara. It's a 3D model posing program. I'm not familiar with it, but the models that they have here, you can download these models, convert them, and import them into SFM. That's something that I know how to do. A lot of SFM animators know how to do. It's very important that you become like self-sufficient, that you provide yourself with what you need to create your animations. They have a bunch of stuff. They have a Dragon Ball section, Dragon Ball Plus. You know, look, they have Cooler from Dragon Ball Fighters, and like all these actually new. I haven't been here in a while. But you see all of these models were uploaded recently from Dragon Ball Fighters, and you could download them and you can actually import them into SFM if I wanted to. If I wanted to import the food, I could do it, whatever. But to give you guys some names for SFM contributors that actually contribute a lot to the community, I have a good friend, you guys probably know him, who animated the Turkey of Power for Dragon Ball Super Friends. He used to animate for me back in the day before I let him go, but we're still friends. The Creeps Are Real. So the Creeps Are Real. This guy creates models, he ports models. He doesn't create models, excuse me. He ports models and he rips models from games. So he doesn't create models from scratch. So you probably can't hire him for that, but definitely this guy knows how to work with models. The quality of everything that he provides on the SFM workshop is fantastic. He doesn't have that many items in the SFM workshop, but he does provide a lot of models for the community. So if you're interested in his models, or you want to just get to learn how to use models and get into modeling in general, I've said model 100 times already, definitely hit him up. Check out his Twitter, The Creeps Are Real, at @RCreeps, and definitely just check him out. This video is cursed, by the way. So you guys are now cursed for 7 days. 7 years, excuse me. Oh shit. But anyways, yeah, definitely check him out. High quality stuff, guys. Another one of my friends who I actually use his models, and he has provided for me. He's let me know, like, oh yeah, dude, I uploaded Cell and stuff one time, and I was super excited. Sneakyerz, right? Sneakyerz, however you want to say it, at Sneakyerz. This guy, his models are high quality. If we go to the SFM workshop and we type in, let's see, fighters, because he has provided for me fighters models. Here he is, Sneakyerz by Sneakyerz. You can see his models I've used in some of my videos. So I've used Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic and Shadow versus Cell. I've used his hit. I've used Bulma. I've used Gohan. Vegito I used in Cell versus Vegito, which was my last video. Someone texted me. I've also used Cell. You know, he has made really good models, or has ripped and ported fantastic models from different games. This guy is another contributor to the SFM community that you should definitely check out. He is fantastic. He knows what he's doing, and all of his models are high quality, definitely. So The Creeps Are Real and Sneakyerz, two guys that you definitely want to check out. Now, all you have to do is go to YouTube, type in SFM tutorial, and there are these things called Valve tutorials, where it's a playlist right here. And this will show you everything that you need to know about Source Filmmaker. They have the basics, they have recording, they have editing, sound, how you manipulate everything. They have, you know, puppeteering, lip syncing, rigging. I mean, rigging's a little bit different in SFM. I'd rather you learn rigging, how to do rigging and stuff like that, work with rigs in Blender, because that's where it's the core importance of it. But lighting, how to work with particles, post-to-pose animation, things like that. You can learn a lot from the basic tutorials that Source Filmmaker, the YouTube channel, it's called Source Filmmaker, the Valve tutorials, has to offer. You can learn a lot. So definitely check it out, because I'm telling you, it'll help you so much. This is how I got started, and I basically checked out all of these videos, and they helped me out a lot. So definitely do that. But yeah, normally, other than that, all you have to do, download assets, look up tutorials, and that's how you get Source Filmmaker. That's how you get the models, and hopefully all of you, what is this? Oh, removed. Hopefully all of you can get started with Source Filmmaker, and you guys can enjoy making animations. Now, there's a lot more that goes into your Source Filmmaker animations. Obviously, you need to create audio files, and I mean, you could use the audio editor within Source Filmmaker, but I really recommend that you guys, you know, use Sony Vegas, where you can create multiple audio files and, you know, add effects, clean them up, do what you have to do, compress them, equalize them, whatever you have to do. If you create everything in like a video editing program or an audio editing program that you feel comfortable with, that you have experience with, do that and export it, and then import that into Sony Vegas. Again, I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. You can look up tutorial. There's a bunch of tutorials, hundreds of tutorials on how to do that kind of stuff. It'll also show that you have passion, because you want to look up these tutorials and you want to learn. But again, check out those Valve tutorials. Okay, these Valve tutorials will definitely help you out. Download Blender, look up Blender tutorials if you want to learn how to use Blender. And if not, if you don't want to use Blender, whatever, you can use SFM and get started with downloading assets from sfmlab.com. You can contact SFM modelers or model creators, or people who are experienced with porting, such as the Creeps Are Real or Sneakyerz, or check out the SFM workshop and download it from there. But hopefully I've helped you guys figure out how you can get started with SFM, where you can acquire your assets, and what you can do. Obviously, the scripting and the audio editing and the voice acting and everything else is up to you guys, but hopefully this could help you, you know, begin and get started with SFM. But anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I know it was kind of long, a little bit different, but a lot of people ask me every single time how to get started with SFM, so hopefully this helped you guys out. But anyways, I'm Devil Artemis, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!